Go get a Mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we at our emotion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is going to be all right. We talk about the body count tonight. Your body count? Yeah. Tonight on this pretty petty Tuesday, we are talking about your body count. It's kind of appropriate to talk about body count on a pretty petty Tuesday. But for those of you who do not know what a body count is or are not familiar with the slang of body count, they call your body count the amount of sex partners you have had in your life. The amount of sex partners that you have had in your life. Now, I think that the amount of people you have had sex with, the amount of people that you have had sexual intercourse with is a private matter. But the internet, friends and family won't allow it to be a private matter. People want to know. So people who you may be interested in, may be interested in you, people, it may be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your spouse, whatever, people who have known you, people who think they know you when they probably don't. They concern themselves about your body count. I've heard conversations about people's body count, and they were never from the people themselves who they were talking about. In other words, I've heard people talking about how many sex partners somebody else has had, and they weren't talking about themselves. So it makes good conversation for people who care about things like gossip and innuendo and things like that. So, I thought it would be a good idea to talk about it because you may have been in a situation, many of us have probably been in a situation where somebody concerned themselves about our body count. So when you concern yourself about somebody's body count, does that influence your decision to keep messing around with them? Or is it such a red flag for you that you say, well, I think I'm going to back up off of that? They done been with too many. Well, there are plenty of people who feel like if they have knowledge of how many sex partners that their love interest has had, then they'll try to pull back on them. Is it always successful to stop messing around with somebody because of things that have nothing to do with you? Not always, but people have done it, and people will continue to do it. Sex and sex partners are one of those things that although it may not be us that people are talking about, our association, our intimate association with somebody says a lot about our choices and our character. It's messed up, really, that it goes that way, but it goes that way, and it's pretty consistent. So that's what we're talking about tonight on the Daily Go Get a Mism Show. So let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily, the Daily Go Get a Mism Show. We do this every single day, every day it rains, every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby, every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the. Well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Get a Mism Show all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope you're feeling like real men and women should also. Tonight on the Daily Go Get a Mism Show, we are talking about how important is someone's body count. How important is someone's body count? Well, I said, oh, well. I said, oh, well. Yeah, it might be really important to you, and it may not. It may hold some importance to you, but it may not be the deal breaker. It may not be the showstopper. It may not be the thing that shuts down the whole club for you. And for some people, it may be the exact thing that shuts down the whole club for them. That might be the I can't do this. You ain't nothing but you ain't nothing but a garden tool. You ain't nothing but a pimp, big old pimp. I don't know. Personally, I feel like if you really, really like a person, there's probably not too much that's going to get in the way of you rocking out with them. I mean, of course, they can be static down the line. I mean, nothing is perfect. There's no perfect union out there, but there are unions that are good enough and strong enough to the point where, they may believe in each other just enough to keep this thing intact. What's going on, Care Bear? Thanks for coming through here. And Axio Gaming 25. I still have not watched Has Been Hotel yet. I swear I'm going to do it. I swear I'm going to do it, but I haven't done it yet. Stacy White, thanks for coming on through. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on by. So yeah, that's what we're talking about tonight. What do y'all think? How important is somebody's body count? I mean, is it even anybody's business? Now listen, especially the female listeners. I know for a fact that probably 100%, and I don't normally say things that are 100%, but probably 100% of y'all have probably been with a man that has concerned himself or asked you straight up and down, how many sex partners have you had in your life? And you know what they're looking for? They're looking for you to be able to count them on one hand. They don't care if you're 58 years old. They want you to only have had five sex partners, and they want to be the fifth. They'd rather be like the third. Like, you ain't got to max out on the 5, but we don't want any more than 5. And every time I hear about something like this, I ask myself, because I've had women tell me without asking, because honestly, I would never, ever, ever, ever ask a woman no shit like that. Why? Because number one, it doesn't matter. I'm of the impression that if I'm dealing with a hoe, I'm going to know it. Because you can't stop as soon as you start talking, the hoe in you starts to come out. You start talking about, it comes out. Just like when you're a virgin, it comes out. It comes out in your conversation. Your experience is going to come out in the things that you talk about, the things that you know, and the things that interest you. The same way that if you're a virgin, you're not going to be talking about sex all the time because you don't know shit about that. You don't. You just don't know anything about it. So you can fake it and, have fun with it a little bit and all of that, but you can't really talk about it because you haven't done it. And this is something that I know is a fact. Like, this is something I can actually prove because I've talked to those who were very promiscuous, and I've talked to those who hadn't had sex. And I've never talked to a virgin that I thought wasn't. Like, because you get the listening, like, one of the reasons that one of the ways that that you're talking to a virgin is because they really have a flowery, rose-colored idea of how relationships work. They believe in love for real. Definitely. Which there's nothing wrong with. But anybody who has been in relationships, especially physical relationships, that you have to prepare yourself to get your feelings hurt. That you have to keep your guard up in certain situations. That you can get blindsided like you would, riding sideways on a straight highway. So it's one of those things. But I would never ask a woman that because I don't think that a woman is going to really tell you the truth. Now, I'm not saying that the ones who have told me their number were lying, but just know that I'm not going to ask you about that. I'm not going to press you about that. I don't care if you was sucking off the whole bullpen of the Reading Phillies. Yeah, the Reading Phillies. We talking about AAA baseball. I don't, because there's nothing I can do about it. There really isn't. There's nothing I can do about it. I have to make the decision today. Am I attracted to this woman enough? Do I like her enough to go forward? Can I have something with her? Because I'm not as much of a physical guy as a lot of people are. Like, a lot of men can just focus on how pretty a woman is and how nice her body is and how good her sex is and be all right with that. I'm not able to do that. You gotta be able to talk and stimulate my mind. You gotta be able to do it. And that's whether we are having sex or not. Like, if you don't interest me, if you don't fascinate me, if I think you're a dummy, I'm not going to be attracted to you. I don't care how big your titties are and how fat your ass is. But that's me. A lot of men, they like, I don't give a. Sure, son should be sucking me off. I'm like, all right, well, that's all good. That's all good. You don't have to talk to your woman. I do. It's a requirement. So in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, if a woman can really can start and hold a conversation, like if she's really, really smart, if she can astral travel and go places mentally that the average person can't get, the likelihood that she's going to be a hoe is a little lower. Even if she was a hoe, she couldn't have been the regular hoe, because first of all, most men, they're not going to be able to keep up. They're not going to be able to keep up with somebody who's on some mental shit. So shit ain't going to last but so long. And a woman that's on that shit is not going to degrade herself from man to man to man to man. I'm not saying that she ain't had no hoe moments, because in my honest opinion, I think that every woman has had a hoe moment. Like, she done been with somebody that made her feel dirty. Like, yeah, I don't know what I was doing at that time in my life. I was really going through something. But I would never repeat that time again. But probably every woman has been with a man that wants to focus on that whole time or that whole moment in their life. And men do that shit. They concentrate on a woman's body count to gain control over her. To kind of show her that her shit don't stink. Like, yo, you think you all of that, but you used to fuck all these niggas. Well, guess what? All those niggas ain't complaining. Some of them probably still knocking on the door. Yo, Sharita. Man, you hear me knocking. Answer the door, Sharita. I just want to talk to you. You got somebody in there, Sharita? Sharita! Sharita! I mean, men ask all kinds of outlandish questions that highlight their insecurity. How many men you been with? Was he better than me? Was his dick bigger than mine? Men ask that kind of shit. A lot of men will deny that they ask, but they do. And I wouldn't ask no shit like that, because I don't ask questions I don't want the answer to. And some women are very honest. And let me tell you something, brothers. And I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Don't worry about who has the biggest dick. You just make sure that when you and your woman are alone, that you got the biggest dick in the room. If her dick is bigger than yours, you got a problem, son. But as long as when y'all together, you got the biggest one, you good. All right. Body count. Yo, man, her body count is high. Yeah, she fine and all of that, man, but she got some bodies on her. She got some bodies on her. She used to mess with, and this one name. You know that cat name? She used to be down with. I used to see her with. She used to creep around with. Well, Tony told me that, and can't forget Ron and them. Well, yeah. A lot of times when you are in good with your woman and she's a hottie and other dudes have been wanting her and she's either too high post for them to get with her, or they was just too chicken, or they got rejected. And so they want to give you the 411 of who she used to be and what she used to do. Like they was there. But see, that's a way for them to show you that your shit don't stink. Oh, you running around here high post, like you high post, you know what I mean? But your girl was a hoe. Tony and Ron and them me and the crew used to do her. It wasn't you. Well, the crew did. The crew used to do her. That wasn't even your crew. I said the crew. I ain't say my crew. Love conquers all, though, from what I know. Love conquers all. So regardless of how many you've been with, there's going to be a man that's going to be like, shit. They ain't been with her like I've been with her. And they ain't been with her like I'm going to be with her later on. Ain't no stopping this. Care Bear says, these days they glorify a woman's body count. Well, I don't know about that. I've never heard a woman's body count, if it was high, I've never heard that held in high esteem. Like, yo, she got 100 niggas. Porno stars. I always thought it was weird that dudes be saying that they want to have sex with a porno star. Like, I don't know. I must be a weird dude. I must be boring as hell. Because I wouldn't touch it. Whatever your body count is, I shouldn't be able to see it on tape. So, I mean, I don't understand the mentality. Like, yo, I saw her getting, you know what I mean? I saw her getting dug out and back broken right there on cam. And now I want to be with her. I'm like, well, you know, some people are very visual. But that ain't my kind of TV. That ain't my kind of movie. I mean, she might be a super freak, but I don't want you to know about it. If you've seen it first, I don't want to see it again. The body count. Make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is the Daily Go Get 'Emism show. And we are talking about how important is someone's body count. Sex partners. How many sex partners have you had? Has someone asked you that? Is it offensive to you? The music glorifies it and fools live it. Well, yeah, I've heard these ratchet ass chicks talking about what they do, but I haven't heard them say a number. I mean, I've heard them say all kinds of shit, but I don't assume. I mean, honestly, I don't assume that these rappers are telling the truth about nothing they say. I mean, I believe that they ratchet, I believe that they don't put a lot of thought into the things that they do say and how it's going to affect their future. I do believe that, but I don't think that the things that they write are for anything else except for entertainment purposes. I mean, they are getting paid for it, and we weren't paying them for it. We the ones paying them for it. We want to hear all that bullshit. So anyway, you know, someone's body count. A lot of men are obsessed with their woman's body count or a woman that they're interested in, their body count. How many men have you had sex with? I know men who have straight up asked. Well, I asked because I want to know. That's what they said. I asked her because I want to know. Okay. You think she told you the truth? I don't know. Okay. My question really is, if her body count was lower than you expected, or okay, I'm thinking that you probably have a number in your mind that you either think that she has achieved or that you want to believe, like you have a threshold, like maybe nothing above 5. I hope she can count them all in one hand. All right, so what if she tells you, I've only been with 3 people? 3 people. Like, damn, you only been with 3 men? Well, how old are you? Like, if you've been with 3 men and you 13, you kind of like a young hoe. If you've been with 3 boys and you 16, by the time a woman is 21, more than likely, she's been with more than 3. Now, that doesn't go for everybody. But 3 serious boyfriends by the time you're 21, I don't think that's a tall order. Actually, I think you're doing well. Especially if you went to college. You're doing hella good if that's your body count and you've been to college. Because that semester can produce a very large turnout. Turnout. Pun intended. Stacey White says, men be lying about who they've been with. I know men who lie about who they've been with. But they normally lie about women that they don't think the rest of the world would appreciate it. In other words, if they mess around with an ugly girl or somebody that isn't popular, or, you know, some dudes will, if they really, really shallow, they'll kick it like they never messed around with her. And then plenty of men have been exposed for this because the girl wound up pregnant. Oh, it's his. It's his. Fat girls used to go through this a lot back in the day. See, you know, all this BBW stuff, a lot of these young cats don't know that that's a new fetish and love. They wasn't getting love like that back in the day. Fat girls used to get the leftovers. They used to get the 2:00 calls even if you didn't go to the club. Like, you don't go to no bars and no clubs, but you still ain't call until 2:00 in the morning. You might have went to bed at 10, woke up at 1:30 and called her like, yo, what's up? You know what I mean? You home? I'll come through. She was definitely home because you called on the home phone. I'll come through. Come through. Dig a Biggie self out. Dig Biggie. Dig Biggie. Diggy. You digging the Biggie. Diggy the Biggie. Diggy the Biggie. Diggy the Biggity. And everything is all right. Then she wound up pregnant. It used to happen all the time. You had a baby by a fat chick. Ain't the end of the world. RP21 says, oh, Stacy White says, my temple is precious. I hear that. I hear that. I ain't mad at that at all. RP21 says, why you look like a milk, I don't know, DYD. I don't know what that is. I mean, dud is a 3-letter word. And if you can mess that up, you ain't got no business trolling. Like, damn. Okay, so I'm going to help you out. Why you look like a milk dud with mold on the bottom? Nah, your mama says different. John Smith says, when I get a girl pregnant, they never see me again. Well, that's a good way to populate the earth. Go you. But yeah, so a lot of men obsess over their woman's body count. They obsess over it. Some men can't get comfortable with a woman. But that's my thing. If her body count is lower than what you thought it would be, does that make you comfortable? And think about that. If your woman has only had sex with like 2 or 3, maybe 4 men, does that make you feel safe? Like, oh yeah, I got somebody who preserves herself. But let me ask the most important question. If your girl has only had sex with a handful of guys, does that make the pussy better? Does it make the pussy better? Sexually, physically. Is that virgin or that near virgin twat, is that the bomb? Has she been saving all her love? Yes, she's saving all her love. Yes, she's saving all her love for you. I mean, because think about your mentality if that makes you feel good. So the amount of people that somebody that you're interested in has been with is what makes you feel good. Forget about who you've been with, your own experiences, your failures, your successes. What somebody who you are looking for or looking forward to being with has been with is your main concern. Think about that mentality. Like, well, how confident are you, my brother? How confident are you? But I know men don't like to think about it this way. They'll fire back on and be like, but yeah, oh, so you don't mind with being with a hoe? And I'll be like, well, no. My short answer is no. And I'll tell you why. First of all, if she was a hoe, I wouldn't know it because I don't seek that out. But if she was, it'll probably come out, but it'll probably come out in the best way. Like all of her hoe experience is going to show in the bedroom. So I can't think of a better place for her whole history to come out. I can't think of a better place. I'm like, dang. I can tell you've been with a lot of men. Wee! Roller coaster! Your love. Wee! That shit was so good, it was scary. Just like a roller coaster. I'ma get on again. You know what I mean? You know, a roller coaster, you might be scared of that shit. That shit got high leaps and bounds and shit. Loop-de-loop. And you get off that bitch, because a roller coaster ride is short. You get off that shit and go wait in that line, that long ass line again to get back on that roller coaster. Thrills, baby. Thrills. Stacey White says, I know somebody who have all their exes on Facebook on a Facebook page. I thought to myself, that was really strange. P. Diddy. What up, P. Diddy? Wow. We got a famous person coming through. This is the other P. Diddy. What's going on? He says, what's good, big man? Yo, man, thanks for coming through. I appreciate you coming through. Appreciate it, mucho. Thumbs up for you. You give you cowbell. Cowbell for P. Diddy. You know what I mean? Thanks for letting the locks out of their contract. I appreciate that. But yeah. I say whatever can be washed off, I can't be concerned with that. I certainly can't go back and I'm first of all, I'm not going back in your history. Not me. The next man can do that all he wants. If we ride and we vibing and everything is good, I'm going to ride with that. Now, if you start making me uncomfortable in ways when we're riding and vibing, then I got to deal with that. But I can't stop the fact that you used to roll with Tone in them, that you messed around with Juan in them, that you was down with Ron in them. I can't change that. Even if you used to mess with, most of y'all are going to be able to relate to this. Have you ever not wanted to mess with somebody because you know somebody dirty that they used to mess with? You know, damn, you used to used to mess. You ain't gonna tell me. Yo, she used to mess with Dwayne? Dirty ass Dwayne? Dirty, yo, she used to mess with that nigga Dwayne? Oh my God. She too fine to. Yo, you ain't gonna tell Dwayne couldn't have. Dwayne? Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, man, that was his girl. We done all been there. You found out about one person that was a little dusty, dirty, nasty little motherfucker. And yeah, she used to mess around with him. That was her dude. They was close. And you like, damn. Like, you might have said to yourself, ain't no way I can come behind that nigga, but she bad in the motherfucker, badder than the motherfucker, badder than the motherfucker, badder than the. I said she badder than the motherfucker, got a hell of a upside and the backside, and you can't backslide. You can't change the history. You can't prorate it, but you ready to take it on a date. It makes you feel good, feel bad at the same time. Kind of feels like some medicine. Yo, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, and I know that you's about to get it in. So yeah. Yeah, we've probably all been there. Nah, I ain't gonna say everybody done been there. You found out about somebody that is of low quality character, low value, and that's what you gotta deal with. That's what you gotta deal with. Yeah. So, but what decision are you gonna make? Because the big body count is not as important as that one little body count. Like that little one that you know about is probably more important than the other 10, 15, 20 that you've heard about. But you know about that little dirty one, that little dusty one, that little one that you just can't get out of your mind. Yeah, that makes it real tough. I know how it be. Like, I can't believe she's Dwayne? Not Dwayne, damn. I remember when in the 4th grade, Dwayne used to smell like pee. He was a little pee boy. We used to call him Dwayne Pigpen. Dwayne Pigpen Figpen. Dwayne Pigpen Figpen. Dwayne Pigpen Figpen. Dwayne Pigpen Figpen. Let's see. Let me see if I can say it. Ed and the boy. I be trying to say people names on here. I be messing up. I don't mean to mess up your name. A dander boy. A dander boy. A dander boy? I don't know. But hello to you, man. Thanks for coming on through. I appreciate it. I can't even really see the picture. It could be a woman. And if it's not, I'm not trying to say anything. I just can't see the picture. But I'm trying to be gender specific. That's it. Yeah. So they body count. How important is their body count? Now, have you ever have you ever had anybody obsess over your body count? Like they want you to tell them how many sex partners you had in your life. And would you submit to it? Would you do it? Would you tell somebody if your man or your woman asks you how many sex partners have you had? Would you tell them the truth? Would you tell them at all? Would you tell them like, listen, we're not doing that. We not doing all of that. Like that's unnecessary. You're doing too much. You're doing way too much right now. Jeremy Parrish, thanks for coming on through. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. We only got 3 likes. Come on, we can do better than that. Please hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Getterism Show, and we are talking about how important is someone's body count. Has anyone ever asked you how many bodies you had? Has anybody asked you? Ben Ullman says, remember, guys don't throw away your muffin. Rappers rub them on your doorknob to keep the ghouls away. Are you serious? Remember, guys, don't throw away your muffin wrappers. Rub them on your doorknob to keep the ghouls away. Muffin wrappers? What's a muffin wrapper? The police have. What is that? Oh, the police have asked you how many bodies you had? You gotta excuse me, man. I get slow sometimes. Yeah. How many? You know what? Just because of the word body count, watch. YouTube is gonna flag this video. Tomorrow they're gonna be like, yo, we ain't monetizing that. They're gonna flag it. I'll dispute it. They'll manually look at it and decide. Well, anyway, that's how it goes. I'm good, Jeremy, man. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope you feeling like a real man should also. We're here talking about body counts. Has anybody asked you about your body count? Have you ever asked a woman how many men they've been with? Because when men ask their woman that, they don't be like, well, how many men have you been with? They be like looking you right in your eye to see if you're gonna lie. Like, yo. So, how many men have you been with in your life? How many sex partners have you had? Well, I mean, it don't really mean nothing. I'm just asking. I'm just curious. How many you been with? You ever have a threesome? I'm telling you, ladies, if your man asks you, have you ever had a threesome? Have you ever, how many men you've been with? He's trying to get a negative profile against you, a negative profile of you. That's all he's trying to do. Don't let him do that shit. Don't let him do that shit. Dip it, duck it. Ain't none of his business. Either he wants to be with you or he doesn't. The same way with men, with women. Either they want to be with you, because we're dealing in the here and now. You can't take back the things that you've done. You can't undo the things that you've done. But you can learn from them, grow from them, and be the person that you are now. Now, I'm not saying that the things that you have done don't affect the kind of person that you are now. But growth is growth. And some people grow and some people stagnate a little bit. So, it is what it is. So, if somebody's interested in you, you're not going to really be able to body count them out of their decision to be with you, because they're already in. They already like you. They're just struggling with their own personal demons and their own insecurity, trying to figure out what they should do. It's not necessarily about you. somebody asks you your body count, they're more concerned about themselves. Can I introduce this person to my family? So you think that if you take this woman around your family, like maybe she presents herself well. I mean, you were attracted to something. Now if you was attracted to straight hoe looking chicks, ratchet chicks on your crazy weave, all these crazy colors, you growing they shit out. You know what I mean? That baby hair shit they be having, and if you got a straight hood chick or whatever, you pop a gum loud and all that, talk back and all that crazy shit. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. But if the woman that you've chosen presents herself well, she knows how to hold the conversation, she knows how to talk to people, she's respectful, she's interesting. For those black men out there that have a father and who take their woman around their dad, they already know. Your dad, shoot, he done been around. He know what it is. When your father sees the kind of woman that you're with, he either gonna give you the cosign or he gonna do like, look, your pop already know. He knows what you see in the woman that you choose. Because more than likely he chose somebody similar to like look, your interests and your attractions from somewhere. It's not always yours. Stacy says, I don't like nobody calling me a hoe when I know I'm not a hoe. That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense to me. Ben Allman says, I'm just not a fan of throwing my sausage down well. I understand that. But imagine if you haven't been sharing your sausage with everybody, but you dealing with a woman that accuses you of doing that or suspects that you may not be honest with her about who you share your sausage with, and whether they put toppings on that shit. And when I say, as long as you can wash them off of you, you good. Because if you've been with somebody that has been with somebody who has had diseases and shit like that, that's a whole different conversation. We got to deal with that on a certain level. But leaving somebody alone just because they used to be with somebody or whatever, some bodies that you've heard about and all of that, I don't know. You probably have to check yourself with that, because you're probably not going to find somebody that's 100% clean to your satisfaction. You have some mental cleansing to do yourself. You have some emotional cleansing to do yourself because you're insecure. Now, I'm not going to say that you're 100% insecure and like it doesn't matter what somebody has done at all. But like I said, you have to look at the person the way that they are now and see if they've come anywhere. Have they learned anything from where they were before, where they've come from, and what they used to do? So yeah, like this ain't real hard science, but some people can't get past this shit. They can't get past it. They caught up with this. I've known men who really, really struggle with this shit. And they've done shit like move the chick away. Like, I live in Philly. I'm from Philly, born and raised. So our tri-state area is Jersey and Delaware. Well, if you know that your girl was a hoe in Philly, what do? If you can't stop the rumors and the stories and all that old crazy shit, you move them to Jersey or Delaware. Maybe even Pittsburgh. I don't know why anybody would want to move out there, but it's like almost 300 miles away. As a matter of fact, what is it, 250? Because you can get to Pittsburgh in like five and a half hours. Hold on. How many miles is Pittsburgh from Philly?
The drive from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh is 305.2 miles.
It's a good little ways. 4 hours and 58 minutes. 6 hours, basically 5 hours. 5 hours. 5 hours. All right. Yeah, get her out of the way. Now you don't have to deal with the rumors. Now you don't have to deal with anybody knowing her. You can make a fresh start. But the thing is, if she is what you think that she was before, it doesn't matter where you move her. Who she is going to come out if she hasn't grown. So if she is what her body count says, there ain't a place in the world that you can move her. You still going. She gonna still get you. You gonna get it. You gonna get this work. Stacey White says, I heard the old saying is how can your husband find you? Wait a minute. Oh, damn, Stacey. Fuck. Got rid of that shit. All right. Ben Almond says, I just gave up on a woman and bought a farm. Now I raise chickens and grow magic mushrooms. It's peaceful. Did you do that for real? You bought a farm? Where'd you buy a farm? What state you live in? I would love to have a farm, but I would have to have somebody else work it because I don't really want to do the farm work, except for the stuff like on the machines. Like I wouldn't mind, plowing, cultivating the land. But I don't really want to. I don't want to farm like every day. But I do want some organic foods and be able to eat better. Okay, Stacy says, I heard the old saying, how can your husband find you if you have been with a lot? Because you're not with a lot anymore? I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, I've known women who ran through the whole crew of men, and one of those men fell in love with her. She was the crew chick. Ben Almond says, honestly, I think this whole relationship podcast advice and body count and stigma edits and feminist influencers are bad for society. Yeah, I think feminism is bad for society. I know look, I can't get with all of that, but I do know that you can't change what you've done. So whether you did it because of peer pressure, whether you did it because you've been abused before, or whether you've done it for whatever reason that you did what you did, you can't change it. And so people can beat you up for it. People can come at your neck for it. People can criticize you for it, insult you about it and all of that. It ain't gonna change shit. And at the end of the day, we've all done something that we're ashamed of. I don't care. And nobody is squeaky clean. Nobody makes it out of here never doing shit. So, but that's my thing. RP21, you need love. All these lives. Let me see how many lives are on YouTube. Let me see. He needs love. Do 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 do. He needs love. Do 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 do. He don't have nothing to do. He doesn't have anything to do. Poor boy. He don't have nothing to do. Let me see. Oh man, there are a few things you could check out. But I don't know. They got some gaming stuff on here, some religious programming. He said, "Fuck that. I'm gonna stop by here with some Sun 752." He said these other platforms are too big. I ain't gonna be able to. I ain't gonna be able to stand out. I'm gonna come over here, but that's cool. I'm glad you're here. Get comfortable. All right. Let me see. Lewis says the blood run red, the river run blue. Your Nan's body count got ass jelly on the couch, bruh. I got nothing. Ben Allman says they said women need to go out and get all the advantages a man has, but all that has happened was the corporation doubled the workforce, and now instead of a man buying a house for his girl, oh, okay. No, I agree with that. I agree with that. Like I said, I don't agree with all that feminism shit, and there's definitely an agenda out there that many of us have adhered to. But all that, I am woman, hear me roar shit. I mean, it's all good. I don't think there's anything wrong with anybody being proud of themselves. But I believe in gender roles, and I believe in listen. A man has to be a man, and a woman has to be a woman. Now, there are different kind of men, and there are different kind of women. Now we can judge that on a personal level. You know what I mean? But like I said, I don't fuck with none of that feminism shit and half of the liberal policies. I'm a Democrat. I'm definitely a Democrat, but I don't fuck with none of those. Most of those liberal policies, I can't get with that shit. I can't. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I just my pretty much democratic principles are that everybody got to pay their fair share. That's what I believe in. All that LGBTQ shit and all of that, feminism shit and women's rights. I ain't none of that. I'm good. I'm good. Ben Alman says no one can afford a house now. It's funny you say that, Ben Alman, because I look at houses every day in the housing market. I got an app. That sends me listings of houses every day, and I look at the price. You're right about that shit. I look at the prices. I be like, so all houses cost $250,000 now? Huh. At least 200 million? I'm sorry, $250,000, which is 250,000, and like at least 200,000. I'm like, huh. They're getting it from somewhere. They're getting it from somewhere. So, speaking of getting it from somewhere, when we talk about body count, you're going to find a woman that's for you at some point. So the way that you critique her, the way that you judge her is going to be different from man to man, from person to person. So it might be cool for you to have a woman that has only been with a few men. Now, how you get to that number or how you know that number, only you know. But I know plenty of men who will straight up ask a woman. And I think it's counterproductive. Because if he can get up the balls to ask her how many men she's been with, has he gotten up the balls to ask himself why it matters to him so much and what he's going to do about it? Like I said, if you find out the number, what are you going to do? Does that make you feel good and settled, or are you going to find another problem, which makes you like nagging like we say women do? Is that it? Is it? We're about to get out of here in a few minutes, man. I didn't even realize we had been going this long. We're about to get up out of here. Oh, look, he's asking a decent question. He said, what does feminism have to do with gender roles? Damn, you dumb. Is that a serious question? You don't know the answer to that? What does feminism have to do with gender roles? Dad, you a dummy. Oh, you're an attention seeker and you're dumb. You're not too bright. Well, tell you what. You see how I Googled how many miles Philadelphia is from Pittsburgh? You can actually Google that. I'll show you. I'll show you the results. A lot of people don't know how to Google. I'll show you how to Google. What do gender roles have to do with feminism?
According to ESC Hollership, because actual gender roles are shaped by patriarchy, the elimination of gender roles would open up possibilities for human emancipation. Like Mill, many feminists believe that new relationships grounded in an ideal of equality would be an outcome of dismantling and denaturalizing the idea of masculine and feminine.
You're welcome, you big dummy. That's what gender roles have to do with feminism. So now you know. And hopefully now you know how to Google. You can talk to Google just the way you need to know something. My man. Thanks for coming on through. And Aussie, mate. What's going on, Aussie? We're about to get on the body here. You done caught us on the back end. Then it says, also, I find it interesting that you say you're a Democrat and that you think everyone has to pay their fair share when the Democrats say they don't believe in that. No, they do believe that everybody's supposed to pay their fair share. Like Democrats say that the middle class shouldn't have to pay all of the taxes and that the poor shouldn't have to pay all the taxes when the rich always get the tax break and hardly ever pay any taxes. So what are you talking about? I don't know. I definitely don't want to talk about politics, but but that's a fact. I mean, of course, Republicans don't think anybody should have to pay taxes, but the anybody that they're talking about are the rich. They don't think anybody should. All right, small government. What time is it over here? It's just about 2:00 in the morning. It's 1:58. It's 1:58. We're going to go to 1:59 and get on out of here. It's over. Stacey White says, you can ask Alexa too, because I asked Alexa about Seattle and Michigan. Yeah, but Alexa doesn't have as great. Alexa is not as good as Google. Google is the best. But the problem with Google is that they track everything. They track you. Like watch. Now that I asked that, now ads and shit are going to start popping up on my social media. That's the way Google works. Of course, Alexa uses the Google platform, but that's a whole nother story. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious March 19th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one. One. Number one out the box, I say. Lorraine Coles, happy birthday to you. And also Nene Young, happy birthday to you. And Stephanie Rose, happy birthday. And Paula Riggins, turning 59 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Latondra Day, Latondra Ray, wait, let me get this right. Latondra Ray, there we go. Turning 39 years old today. And Gacy, or should I say, Hasey Leonardo, turning 35 years old today. And Latrice Brown Skinner, happy birthday to you. And DJ Ma'at Hotep, turning 31 years old today. And my man, this is Cheryl the Pearl's brother, Elder David P. Hudson Sr., turning 48 years old today. And last but not least, Catalina Bird, riding for Be More all day, every day. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious March 19th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, body count. Well, it might be important to you. A body count, well, it might be something to do. It might be something that's in the back of your mind. You have found you the livest joint that you can find, but you can't get with her because she used to be with him. And you got to do something. See her in denim and it's looking real good. Got a fatty in the back, but you can't get with that. Well, or can you? Your body count. Body count. Body count. Body count. Body count. All right. Let me see. All right, y'all. I want to thank y'all for coming through. I really do. I want to appreciate y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming by. All right. Let me get on out of here. Listen. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night with another Daily Go Getimism show. So I hope to see y'all again. Hit the like button. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And I will holla back. Peace, y'all.